Hello Game Boys and Game Girls, I'm the Game Boy Guru, and welcome to a long overdue pickups video. And I say long overdue because I did not record one for September. I sort of did that half on purpose and half just because I was short on time. But I thought, well, I didn't get all that much in September, so I thought maybe I'd wait until October, kind of pool them together and just do one slightly larger pickups video. Well, it's slightly larger. So yeah, let's just jump in and I'll show you what I got. I'm not going to do this in any particular order. I'm just going to literally talk about what I got and, highlight stuff. So I guess first, I made a couple of trips to the pawn shop that I like to go to. And picked up a few things while I was there. One particular trip, I got this PlayStation 2 game that I'd never heard of, Extermination. Thought that looked and sounded interesting, so I picked that up. Also got some PS3 games here. Got the greatest hits version of Warhawk, which I was surprised I didn't have Warhawk yet. I see it everywhere, but I think maybe most of the time it's in rough shape, so that's probably why. I also got Viking Battle for Asgard, and always love the sort of foil cover. You can see the shininess there. Always love the foil covers on these, and so grab that. And this Walmart branded version of Assassin's Creed Revelations, which apparently has the original Assassin's Creed exclusively included on the disc. So that's kind of cool that both games are on the one game disc. So anyway, that was one trip to the pawn shop. And then the next time I was there, I grabbed a few more things. So I got Lego Batman, the video game for PS2. I got the Rock Band Metal Track Pack. I really need to get myself a set of Rock Band instruments for the PS2 because I kind of want to play it. And there's some good stuff on here, like Hair of the Dog by Nazareth, and Screaming for Vengeance by Judas Priest. Let's see. At the Gates, Transmaniacon MC by Blue Oyster Cult. Evil, The Haunted, Hawkwind, Malmsteen. So yeah, some good stuff on here. Picked up a couple of original Xbox games. Ford Bold Moves Street Racing. And this one actually supports 720p, which is kind of cool. I've got the component cables for it, so I would be able to take advantage of that, which is kind of cool. Also got the original Shrek game for 360, and this is pretty early. This is 2001. So of course this is before they were putting the information on the bottom of the back cover showing that what it was capable of, 480p, etc. And I got a whole stack of 360 games. So I got Guitar Hero World Tour. Once again, I need to get myself a 360 compatible guitar at some point. That's one I don't have yet. Lego Indiana Jones 2. And so I've got both of those now. NCIS, which could be interesting. My parents are big fans of the show. I've watched it some. It's enjoyable. But I haven't got into it at the same level that they have. This is a Best Buy variant of Splinter Cell Conviction, and I was surprised I didn't have a copy of this at all. So, kind of fun to find a variant for my first one. This is Midnight Club Los Angeles Complete Edition. Coming over from the previous gen. Diablo 3, which I was surprised to find. Platinum Hits version of Halo 3 ODST, And again, I was surprised that I didn't have ODST yet on 360, but this is got both discs here, the multiplayer and the campaign. And a platinum version of LEGO Star Wars 3 Clone Wars. So that is my pawn shop visits for the month. I did equally well at... Well, not equally well, but I did relatively well at the Goodwill this month as well. I got several original PlayStation games. Wheel of Fortune, which is going to be fun because it's got some FMV, and of course, mid-90s Vanna White, or actually late 90s. This is 98. Yeah. So Vanna White, who does not age, and so that should be fun to mess with. Got a greatest hits version of Test Drive Off-Road. Got NFL Blitz 2000. Another one of the Age Tech series. This is Mobile Armor, which looks like kind of just a sort of 3D generic tank game where you drive around and shoot other tanks. So sort of like Battlezone or Combat, but in PlayStation rudimentary 3D graphics. And this is Bogey Dead 6, which I had not heard of, but looks to be some kind of flight combat game. And there is a cockpit view and then a HUD view. So, anyway, kind of cool. And got some other stuff here. I got NASCAR 06 Total Team Control. Legends of Wrestling 2, which, interestingly enough, someone was just talking about a couple of days prior to me finding this game, asking if anybody needed a copy or something like that. And so Shark Tale, which I think I've got on PS2 as well, or maybe Wii, I don't remember. AMF Bowling 2004, and The Godfather, the game, on PS2. So, a whole stack of stuff from Goodwill over a couple of trips. Let's see, I got a few fun items in the mail. So let's do, this is probably the earliest one I got last month. And this is the Oniken Odalis collection from PlayAsia. This is a couple of games from the same developer and being published, it's from Joy Masher is the company that made them. And then being published physically through East Asia Soft and offered exclusively through PlayAsia. But this has a 2 CD soundtrack, so it's got a soundtrack for each of the two games, and they're both action platform games in the sort of 8 and 16-bit style. So, anyway, that's right up my alley, so I decided to grab that. Of course, they always throw in the stickers and extra accoutrements. Thanks to Red McKnight from RF Generation for hooking me up with a sealed copy of Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes. Apparently this game is on sale, or has been on sale, and a couple of other 3DS games. And I can't remember the name of the chain, but they're out on the East Coast, and we don't have them where I'm at, but they offer, closeouts and things like that of some of these games, and so this was dirt cheap. So I decided to ask him to pick me up a copy. I stopped over at GameStop and I think it was GameStop, or it might have been Walmart, I don't remember. But I bought The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening remake on the Switch, intending to get into it, and then I didn't get that far. Oh, it looks like it was Walmart. So I'll have to make sure I put my Walmart receipt in the case there so I remember. And then from Limited Run, I got River City Girls, which also includes, of course, one of their collectible cards and the soundtrack. And I'd forgotten that I had ordered it with the soundtrack. I don't know how or why, but anyway, so that was kind of neat. Comes in the, cardboard sleeve. So, River City Girls. Let's see. Single Banana from RF Generation hooked me up a couple of times with some things. I got some stuff from him last month, or early this month, that he sent me. He got a complete copy of this particular game, so he offered me the cartridge copy because he knew as a shmup that I would potentially be looking for it, and that is Task Force Harrier EX. So there's the front, and then there you go, Task Force Harrier, and then the EX is sort of on the bend there. So that is from Trico from 91. It is a conversion of Task Force Harrier in the arcade. So thank you, Single Banana, for this, as well as for these two Game Boy manuals. Radar Mission, which I have already reviewed for my blog and for this channel, but fun game and glad to have the manual. And also Burai Fighter Deluxe for the Game Boy, another shoot 'em up. And I just added this game to my collection a few months ago, so pretty cool to have this. He also, just within this last week, in fact, as I record this, I just got this in the mail yesterday, hooked me up with the third and final game that I need for the December RF Generation playthrough competition. They always do a competition in December. And so this year it is Wii Light Gun games, and that includes House of the Dead 3 from the House of the Dead 2 and 3 Return package, Ghost Squad, which I already have, and the third game is this, Attack of the Movies 3D. This is case, manual, and game. It does not have the included 3D glasses, but they are the standard blue and red. So if I wanted to use that feature, I could probably just find some 3D glasses elsewhere. So anyway, it does have the manual, like I said. So thank you, Rich, for hooking me up with that, and I'll be having some fun participating in that competition in December. I also did a deal with fellow RF Generation member Norma Tron and got quite a bit of stuff from him here recently. So, real briefly, I got The Legend of Zelda, Oracle of, this is Seasons. And then here is Oracle of Ages. A little hard to see since this is a color case, but there you go. Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Ages. And along with those two games, the manuals. So very nice to have those. He also hooked me up with the manual for Castlevania Circle of the Moon, which I have on cartridge, but did not have the manual. So that was pretty nice to find that. And he gave me the manual for Kid Icarus on NES. And so that'll be nice to add to that. In addition, I now have my first Famicom title, now that I've got the AVS, and it has a slot for Famicom games. And so this is a Z Gundam Hot Scramble game. I'm not gonna butcher the name, try to pronounce it properly. But I watched some footage of this, and it looks like it might be fun to play through. So we'll give that a try at some point, and maybe stream that. I also got a Super Famicom game, my first Super Famicom game. I don't have a way to play it yet without modifying my console, but I could not resist picking up a copy of Rockman X3. So that was pretty much a no-brainer. Speaking of Rockman, I also got from him Mega Man X6. And so that gives me X4, X5, and X6 on the original PlayStation. And he had Mega Man Legends. So I went ahead and grabbed that as well. And I get to add one more game to my ever-growing PSP collection. And that is a interesting and sort of niche title from NIS America or NIS America. What Did I Do to Deserve This, My Lord? 2. And this is an interesting game where, as he explained it, you play as the enemy. And you dig a dungeon down into the ground so that you can fill it with minions and various things, and try to ward off the heroes that come in attempting to defeat you. So it's an interesting concept of a role reversal. So anyway, very cool to find this, and that he hooked me up with that, and that I get to grow my PSP collection a little bit more. And for the finale, it's another item that I got from PlayAsia, and that is the Psycho collection. That is volume 3 of the physical Psycho releases that have come out on Switch. And yeah, it's the boob box. Now, of course, on the back, it does have all the characters from the series, from the Tengai series, I should say. But yes, the front of the box is the Coyote. Get this guy open, and I can show you what's inside. This is a nice little case in here. Of course, it's got this like foam insert that'll keep everything in place, but it has this nice box that will fit all the games in it, and it has the list on the back. And so I'll show you here. It has the third game in there, and then it's got this foam spacer, and there's room for the other games. So if you want to take this box and put it up on the shelf for display, but then put this on your shelf so that the games are more accessible, there's this handy little slip box that allows you to neatly and easily display all 3 so that they're accessible, which is a pretty cool deal. So below the foam insert, we have the Sengoku series art book, which has art from the different games in that series, and pretty cool. So like here's some art from the first game, Sengoku Ace. And it's got character portraits and some pretty cool stuff. Let's see here. Yeah, like really awesome artwork and portraits and stuff. Some sketches and, concept art and stuff like that. And it even has it split up by game. So here at the end, there's art specific to Sengoku Canon, which was the third game that was originally only released on PC. So anyway, it's a neat little item. Some cool stuff in there. There's, get these out here, some cool little alternate covers for the game, which I'll pull that out here. That allows you to, of course, it has the standard cover that shows off all the games, and has information for all of them on the back. But then there are these fun little alternate covers that allow you to highlight a particular game. So it still shows Psycho Collection Volume 3 on the spine there. Excuse me, but you can highlight a particular game. So Strikers 1999, Sengoku Cannon, Zero Gunner 2 Minus, or Gunbarish. So those are kind of fun. Neat little deals to be able to, to display the game. And yes, it does come with the stupid mouse pad. Part of me wonders why I bought this, because I'm never going to use this. This is going to stay in the plastic and stay in the box. And the box is going to go on the shelf for display. But I am probably going to put this in or on the shelf with the rest of my Switch games and actually put all 3 of the games in there. So that'll be pretty cool. But yeah. So I like the art book. And the other covers. So that'll be worth getting. But yeah, the mouse pad is not something that I will ever use. But it's still kind of a neat collector box. It's a good quality package. I mean, the box is really good, thick, construction, and is a quality. It's a quality package. So I mean, it's still kind of cool. Plus, I might display it like this because I actually like this art with the different characters from Sengoku Blade. So anyway, that is September and October 2019, all of my pickups and arrivals. A little bit more to show off than I thought I was going to have, to be honest. The last, I'll say 2 weeks has been busier, and I got more stuff than I was anticipating because of Pawn Shop and a couple of hookups from other RF Gen folks. So anyway, that's all of it. I already got something in the mail today that I will be showing off on the next pickups video, whether that's at the end of November, beginning of December, or I'm not sure when, and I'm not sure how much stuff I'm going to be getting during the month of November to show off, but you will be seeing it soon. So anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Also consider subscribing so you can see more of my content in your YouTube feed. I'll have a link in the description below where you can read my Game Boy reviews. That is gameboyguru.blogspot.com. Also consider checking out Nira's channel. He provided the Super Mario Land Overworld theme that I use as the intro for many of my videos, and he has a bunch of other great chiptune and game music covers as well. So if that sounds like your thing, please go check it out. As always, thanks for watching, thanks for playing, and game on.